Since I'm not a resident of Denmark, I don't have a Danish ID and can't access blueprints and case files in the same way as I can in Norway. This is of course a little annoying, and this means that I cannot verify the height of the building to the degree of certainty that I would like. Hello and welcome to kind of, nearly, very close to Skyscrapers Explained. Or at least a really tall, by Scandinavian standards, high-rise explained. On the very tip of the redeveloped seaport Aarhus, or Aarhus Island, the tallest building in Denmark and fourth tallest in Scandinavia was completed in 2022, the Lighthouse. The project was actually approved way back in 2007, and the mathematically gifted among you will easily calculate that that was quite a few years back. And quite a few liters of water has run through Gudino since then. Construction was done in phases, each with one or more building. The innermost part was constructed first, as they sort of were building out into the bay. The third and final phase, containing the tower itself, eventually started construction in 2019. Originally, the tower was supposed to be slightly taller than what ended up being built, at 146 meters. Due to difficult ground conditions and that whole financial crisis thing in 2008 that especially hit the Icelandic economy very hard, which was a problem because the developer was the Icelandic company Landic Property. The project was in dire straits for a while. In 2016 the project was moving forward again, and the municipality, who owned the land, set as condition for the sale that a tower at least 110 meters tall would be built on a plot, in accordance with the approved master plan for Aarhus Ø. In April 2017 a winning bid was announced, and the winner wanted to build a 128 meters tall tower with an observation deck on top. The winning team also included architecture firm 3x Nielsen, the original architect behind the entire Lighthouse project. This newest version was named Lighthouse 2.0, as it was the continuation of the already built phase 1 and 2, completed in 2012. Throughout 2017, more soil condition examination was conducted, and in March 2018 the developer announced that they intended to increase the height to 142 meters. In order to build this tall, massive steel piles 2 meters in diameter would be driven up to 70 meters into the ground. The project was finally approved by the City Council on April 3, 2019. Foundation work started almost immediately, and the building started to rise above its base in May 2020. By February 2021, the steel crown was officially topped out. By early September 2022, the tower crane was removed, and the tower was officially completed on November 15th, after more than 12 years in the making. With a price tag of around 1.4 billion Danish crowns, or 33 billion yen. Even though the tower was completed, the observation platform and the restaurant on the top floor didn't open for another year, on December 1st, 2023. And just a little bit before that, in October, Lighthouse was awarded the best tall building by height, 100 to 199 meters tall, by CTB EUH. And this sentiment is shared by more than just the nerds of CTBUH. Lighthouse 2.0 is more than just a tall residential building. It's also, quote, Aarhus' new iconic masterpiece. It rises majestically on Aarhus Island, welcoming everyone to the city from the waterfront. This panegyric tribute is courtesy of Visit Aarhus, the city's official tourist website. But besides this fluff, Lighthouse 2.0 do in fact offer something more than just residential units in the tallest building in Denmark, wrapped up in sleek modern architecture. And to figure out what exactly, I've bought a ticket to what they call Aarhus Øye, or Aarhus Eye. So let's go have a look. In the lobby, or stueetasjen as they call it in Danish, there is a very nice model of the building, also showcasing the massive pile foundations. In the basement, which must be at least tens of meters below ground, given how long the elevator ride takes, or perhaps the elevator is just slow for some reason, there is an exhibition about the marine life in the bay, both below and above the waterline, and a film about the history of Aarhus, from the Viking Age up to present. On the top of the building, you'll find their observation deck, with its great view over the harbour, inner bay and city centre. There is also a restaurant up here, where you can purchase a beer or a blue-ish drink while enjoying the views. A fun fact: Denmark is a very low-lying country, with its highest natural point Møllehoy at only 171 meters above sea level. The tallest point above sea level possible to occupy with something solid under your feet is on top of the bridge tower at Storebæltbroen. But that one is only available to a very select few, making the observation deck here at Lighthouse one of the tallest places a person can be in Denmark. According to resources I have found, the height is around 142 or 143 meters tall. The architect and facade supplier uses 142 meters. The plumbing engineering firm uses 143. And the Council on Tall Building and Urban Habitats uses 142.60 meters or 468 feet. And since their methodology is most similar to the one I use, I will go with that height. As far as floor count goes, my sources are more in agreement, stating either 45 floors or 44 floors with an additional technical floor in the crown. The tower contains 4 elevators for the residents, as well as an express elevator that only takes 30 seconds from the first floor to the observation deck on the 44th. The tower is constructed out of concrete and clad in glass and aluminium. Balconies are hidden within the aluminium facade. With its lower wings, Lighthouse forms an inner private and secluded courtyard for its residents. In earlier versions, at least part of the tower was planned as hotel, but those plans fell through. Being 142.60 meters makes Lighthouse just a few meters shy of reaching that magical 150 meters limit to be classified as a skyscraper. And that the developer or the city or whoever didn't choose to go that extra step or those 7.4 meters up is a testament, I guess, to that such arbitrary definitions is only important to a few of us and Dubai, and doesn't mean much in the real world of real estate development and city planning, at least not in Denmark. So a final question remains: does Lighthouse function as a lighthouse? Short answer: no, it doesn't. Long answer: no, but there are some ornamental lighting on the crown and the tower has been illuminated in different color schemes on occasion. The architect designing the lighthouse is 3x Nielsen, or 3XN for short, named after the 3 people establishing the company in 1986, all named Nielsen, which is a pretty common surname in Denmark. They're not related as far as I know. 3XN was established here in Aarhus, but today the main office is located in Copenhagen. They also have branch offices in Stockholm, New York, Sydney, London and Amsterdam. 3XN is one of the leading architectural firms in Scandinavia and have quite a few projects under their belt. The Sydney Fish Market in Australia, the 2 Finsbury Avenue skyscraper in London, which is under construction, the Cube right next to Berlin Hauptbahnhof, the Blå Planet, the aquarium next to Copenhagen Airport, the Bella Sky Hotel in Ørsted in Copenhagen, to name just a few. Finally, I need to direct a thank you to the Skyscraper City forumers that followed this project for over a decade and made it possible for me to write a good chunk of this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this video entertaining or educational, not slightly annoying, or at least a worthwhile waste of time, please consider subscribing and or giving the video a thumbs up. And follow me on Instagram at @HarrisExplained for some additional content. If you are a professional in the construction industry, have access to a high-rise or a great view to one, or if you think you can contribute to this project in any way, feel free to contact me. Again, thank you so much for watching, and you'll see me again in a later video.